What's up YouTube? I'm back with another video, and in today's video I'm going to answer the question, should you buy a car from Carvana? Now exactly 6 months ago I bought this car, 2018 Kia Stinger GT2 fully loaded twin turbo TT, got all the bells and whistles, and I love it. Before I get too far into this video, I want to let y'all know I do get Carvana referrals. Now it's not a code and it involves my phone number, so you're going to have to contact me through Instagram or email me. All the information will be in the description below. I also recorded the entire process of me buying this car, from ordering it online to getting it delivered right in front of my house. You can check that video out by clicking the top right corner link. That'll take you straight to that video. But to sum that video up, I had a 2013 Hyundai Genesis Coupe, loved so much, but it was time to let it go. I looked on Carvana, they had this car, and they gave me an extremely good trade-in offer for my Genesis Coupe. So I ended up trading in that for this. Now before answering that question, I want to list my pros and cons of Carvana. This video is not a paid sponsorship, this is my honest opinion. Now my first pro is very simple. I feel like it's honestly more simple than going to the dealership. A lot of times when you go to the dealership, you gotta haggle prices and you gotta sign a million documents. With Carvana, all you doing is just looking for the car, get your financing right, sign a few papers, and it's done. Like, it was that simple. Another pro is cars are priced extremely competitive. Now because you buying the car completely online, you ain't gotta pay no dealer fees whatsoever, so that's saving you a little bit more money with the car. Another pro, and this is my personal experience with Carvana, their trade-in prices are pretty good. I got more than KBB for my Genesis Coupe. That's what really made me buy this car from Carvana. Like, I was not gonna get the price I got for my Genesis Coupe from anywhere else. No way possible. Another pro is financing. You don't have to have excellent credit to get financed through Carvana, and they use Bridgecrest. Now you can do your own research on Bridgecrest. I'll refinance, but I'm gonna talk about that later in the video. But you do not need extremely good credit to get a car from Carvana. Another pro is customer service is top notch. You can text them, you can call them, you can chat with them online, and they answer all your questions and try to be as helpful as possible. Every time I've talked to somebody, they've always been helpful, no matter what the situation was. My last pro is the return policy and the warranty. Now the return policy is 7 days. You can take the car, you can drive it around, you can do whatever you want, have fun, and if you don't like it, you can send it straight back to Carvana. You can either get your money back or get your trade-in back, whatever. And the Carvana warranty covers the car up to 3 months. Don't quote me on that. I'll put the exact amount of time on the screen right now, but I'm pretty sure it's 3 months. Now I actually used that warranty already, so I'm gonna talk about that once I get done with the cons. Now one con is the car's condition is kind of questionable. When I bought this car, the very first day, I was getting crazy brake shake. You know, when your brakes are bad, you hit the brakes and your steering wheel just shakes, everything just shakes. I was getting that the first day I got the car. Now the car had 29,000 miles, so that didn't make no sense whatsoever that it's doing that already. I did some research, and that's very common with the Brembo equipped Kia Stingers. The pads are questionable, not that good, and it leaves brake deposits on the rotors. Now I explained that to Carvana, and I end up going through a third-party repair shop because the dealership was completely packed, and I used a third-party repair shop. They submitted the warranty request and I got approved for it within 15 minutes, and they got the parts like literally a couple days later installed on the car, new rotors, new pads, everything, and it drives fine now. Now the reason I bring that up is that's something that should be addressed with the car's multi-point inspection that they do. The first thing you should test is the brakes, and if they didn't notice that, ain't no telling what else they didn't notice. So that's something to keep in mind. The cars are kind of questionable, but as long as you got a good mechanic or you got good knowledge of cars, you should be fine. My next con is the dealership experience is not there whatsoever. Now what I mean by the dealership experience, and I said this earlier, is you can't negotiate prices. Sometimes with some dealerships, especially how desperate or how willing they are to let go of the car, they will let go of the car at a very good price, and with Carvana that's not possible. Another thing with the dealership experience is a lot of times dealerships will favor people who bought the car directly from the dealership compared to somewhere else. Another thing with the dealership experience is if you find something that you're not happy with the car, they are more than willing to address it just to keep your service and keep your you as a customer. My last con is the car came kind of dirty. Now this is kind of me just nitpicking because the car wasn't terrible, but it was dog hair on the back seats. The carpets wasn't like, it wasn't bad, but I'm a detailer, so, and the car only had 29,000 miles. The car I gave them was cleaner than this, and that car had like 50,000. So It's me nitpicking, but I expected this car to look flawless in the inside. From the pictures, it looked flawless. I expected a flawless car, and that's not what I got. And that's my last con. I got more pros than cons because honestly, Carvana is pretty good. They've been pretty good to me. I can't really say much about them. So if you're looking for a car and you ain't looked on Carvana yet, you should definitely look at it. See if they got something you like. Maybe they got something better priced or more well equipped or whatever. They might have something for you. If not, just go to the dealership. It's up to you. You are the customer and it is your money and you can do whatever you want with it, but you should definitely check out Carvana. Now I got a few tips for y'all in case y'all do want to use Carvana. And I got a couple of these off the Carvana Reddit page. I talked to a lot of other people who already bought something from Carvana, so they got experience already. And this is a couple of tips I gotta share with y'all. Now, if you're doing the financing method, in my opinion, I feel like you should refinance after the transaction is done. I feel like my transaction got done so quick, it probably took like 5 weeks for everything to be done, even to get my payoff letter from my Genesis Coupe. And I ended up refinancing with a credit union because obviously better rate with credit union, it got sliced in half. And this is something I learned off the Reddit page. One guy was like, to avoid any mistakes or anything going wrong, just finance with Bridgecrest. They already interconnected with Carvana. And then after a couple months, when everything's done, you got your title, everything's paid off, refinance. Another tip is look over everything when it comes to this car. I mean, under it, in it, inside of it, under the hood, or have a mechanic do it for you or somebody do it for you, because like I said earlier, these cars are kind of questionable. I don't know exactly what they be doing in the inspections, so it's best to just look over everything and make sure it's good. And that's going to lead into my final tip. Drive the car as much as you can within that first week. If anything goes wrong, it's best for it to happen in that first week because it's on Carvana's hands. If anything goes wrong or if you don't like it, that first week, you could just undo everything that you just did. It's basically like the test drive that you don't get, that you normally get with a dealership. In that first week, I put almost 500 miles on this car. I drove it up to my friend's house up north. I drove it all around, showing it off, doing everything I could possibly do just to make sure that the car is good. I knew I was gonna love it because I already test drove one at a dealership. So I just wanted to make sure that the car was good, was mechanically sound, everything was perfect. And that's it. That concludes this video. I hope I answered y'all questions, maybe put some information in y'all head. If y'all got any more questions, feel free to leave comments below. I'm always here. I'm always answering comments, answering questions. Like I said, if y'all want that referral, buy the car first and then hit me up. I got y'all to save $500. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.